Alright, what's up guys? Kyle and Jan 4756 here, and we are going to be watching somewhat of a scary video. It can be, it depends on how you look at things. It's the top 5 scariest Ouija board stories. It's by Mr. Nightmare. I think it's like 11 minutes long or something. It's supposed to be like 7 minutes or something, and having my sucky ass phone, I can't record all the way through, so I'm just going to record a little bit. I'm going to record like half, I think, maybe around half, and then upload it. And once it's uploaded, record the rest of it, then upload the rest of it. So let's jump right into it. Oh, I forgot to say it's by Mr. Nightmare. I forgot to say that.
Ever since I can remember, we've always had one of those old vintage Parker Brother Ouija boards sitting in our closet collecting dust. When I was a kid, I always wondered what it was. From the box, it seemed like a horrible board game, until one day I found out what a Ouija board really is, and immediately dug it out of the closet. I insisted on my brother trying it out with me, and eventually got him to play along. We put our hands on the planchette, and I began asking the typical cliche questions like, "Is there anybody there?" and "Can you answer me?" Other than my brother jokingly moving the planchette around to imitate an answer from some kind of entity, there was no real response. After getting bored, we put the game back in the box.
That
I did
ain't
a
no
little
game,
research
nigga.
that night to find out how to make Ouija boards work. Many people said online that the most ideal environment when using a Ouija board is in a dark room only lit by candles. So when my parents weren't home, I managed to gather like 6 or 7 candles and convinced my brother to try it one more time. I lit the candles and set them around the table in the dining room with all the lights out. We tried one more time. I asked again if there was anybody there. The planchette began to move. I told my brother to stop moving it, but he swore he wasn't. I told him to move his hand away, and he did. It kept moving. My brother thought I was messing with him, but I didn't pay attention. The planchette landed on the word yes. I was only 9, so I was legitimately shitting myself. My older brother had to take over. He asked the question, "Are you a good spirit?" There was a 5-second pause before my brother's hand moved along with the planchette to the word no. We both looked at each other, and at this point I ran to my room and shut the door behind me, but he continued on with the so-called game. I heard his muffled voice come from down in the dining room, when all of a sudden I heard him screaming at the top of his lungs. I ran back downstairs to see what was wrong. He was holding up his shirt, revealing a small open wound that almost looked like a claw mark. He told me to set the fireplace immediately, and I obeyed. He threw the thing in the fireplace and told me to never speak of what happened to anybody. We have never used a Ouija board since.
Damn. You know, looking at all these, they have the, you can answer yes, no, or you can spell out an answer. And if someone, like, if I ever become a ghost and, I'm near a Ouija board and they ask, "Is someone here?" I'm just going to be a smart ass and move it to no. Just be that freaking smart ass. Just fuck with them.
I got a call from my cousin who said that he, his brother, his dad, and his best friend were using a Ouija board in their basement. Prior to starting, they took a large porcelain doll out of the room because it was creepy, and placed it in the adjacent room face down on a pile of towels. My cousin took a short break because the board was just spouting nonsense and he had to go to the bathroom. His dad and brother and friends started asking the board questions without him. One of the questions was, who is in the other room? It just started spouting random numbers, and when my cousin came back into the room, his brother said that it wasn't working, that they were going to put it away, and he showed him the answer to the last question he asked, and he said, "Dude, that's my social security number." Then they started to talk to whatever started spewing answers out. It told my cousin he would die in the Air Force. At this point, they tell the entity they're communicating with to prove itself. It then spelled out the word doll, and they immediately got a bad feeling. They opened the door to check on the porcelain doll they had laid in the other room, and when they opened the door, the doll was standing up right in front of the door, staring at them. Everyone freaked out and ran out of the house. His best friend burned the Ouija board, and I think he temporarily went nuts for a few months. My cousin, for some reason, then joined the Air Force, and is on a base in Europe now.
Nigga, you gonna die. It just said that you're gonna die in the Air Force, you motherfucking dumbass. Well, as you can see, I'm running out of space, and just so y'all can watch this video and I don't have to, have to forget all about this video, I'm gonna end it right here. I'll start up from number 3 on the next video. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.